In the midst of life's chaos, finding peace can seem like a Herculean task. But what if I told you there's a simple and ancient method to navigate through the storm? This method finds its roots in Native American customs, and it's all about patience and perspective. In certain Native cultures, it is believed that one should wait 4 days before making an important decision or reacting to a situation. This period of 4 days is not arbitrary. It mirrors the 4 seasons and the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, symbolizing a sense of completeness and balance. By waiting 4 days, one allows the initial rush of emotions to subside, creating space for clarity and centeredness. It's a journey from anger to understanding, from hurt to healing, and from confusion to wisdom. A powerful example of this concept can be seen in the story of 2 friends. Imagine 2 close friends who find themselves in an argument. This disagreement, like a storm, brews between them, fueled by a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, or perhaps a clash of viewpoints. The air sizzles with tension as heated words are exchanged, each retort sharper than the last. Let's take a moment to explore this emotional landscape. On the first day, their hearts are aflame with anger. Their minds are ablaze with thoughts racing like wildfire as they replay the argument, each recalling the cutting words and the raw feelings they evoked. They find themselves saying harsh things that they ordinarily wouldn't, their judgment clouded by the smoke of their fury. The first day is marked by the red-hot glow of anger, a fire that consumes reason and empathy. Moving into the second day, the anger begins to cool, giving way to a different emotion. Like embers in the aftermath of a fire, the hurt begins to surface. The words that were said, the actions that were taken, they start to sink in. Each friend feels a personal sting, a wound inflicted by someone they hold dear. The second day is a time of hurt, a time when the ashes of anger settle into a deep-seated pain. The friends, once united by shared laughter and memories, now find themselves divided by a chasm of hurt and misunderstanding. The fire of their anger has scorched their bond, and the hurt is a painful reminder of the warmth that once was. But here's the thing about hurt. It's a catalyst for introspection. It prompts us to examine our actions, our words, and our motives. It pushes us to look inward and question, was I fair? Did I listen? Did I understand? As we move into the third day, we begin to see a shift in their emotions. The hurt starts to recede, making way for clarity. Their minds, once clouded by anger and hurt, begin to clear, allowing them to see the situation from a fresh perspective. But more on that later. For now, let's hold on to this thought. Every argument, every conflict carries within it the seeds of understanding and growth. On the third day, the hurt begins to fade, making room for clarity. As the sun sets on the second day, the raw emotions start to settle. The anger and pain that once consumed the friends begins to dissipate. The friends are left with an emptiness, a void that was once filled with resentment. But this emptiness is not a negative space. It's a space that allows for introspection and growth. Just as the dawn of the third day begins to break, the friends start to think clearly. The fog of resentment that clouded their judgment begins to lift. They start to see the argument for what it was, a heated moment, a clash of words that spiraled out of control. They begin to realize that their friendship is more than this one disagreement. As the third day progresses, the friends start to view the situation from a different perspective. The hurtful words and actions that once seemed so personal now seem trivial. They start to understand that their reaction was more about their own insecurities and less about the other person's intentions. This newfound clarity allows the friends to separate the person from the behavior. They start to see that the harsh words were not a reflection of their friend's character, but rather a manifestation of their own frustrations. This understanding fosters empathy, replacing the resentment that once filled their hearts. By the end of the third day, the friends have undergone a significant transformation. They have moved from a place of anger and hurt to a place of understanding and empathy. They are no longer prisoners of their own emotions, but rather observers of their own reactions. The dawn of the fourth day brings with it a sense of calm. The friends wake up with a newfound appreciation for their friendship and a deep understanding of their own reactions. They are ready to face the situation with love and kindness instead of anger and resentment. By the fourth sunrise, a transformation has taken place. The friends have learned a valuable lesson, that finding peace in chaos is not about avoiding conflict, but rather about navigating it with grace and understanding. Day 4 dawns with a promise of resolution. As the friends wake up, they feel a palpable shift in their emotions. The anger and resentment that once clouded their judgment have now been replaced with a newfound understanding and empathy. They no longer see each other as enemies, but as friends who were caught up in a storm of emotions. This transformation is not just about their relationship, but also about themselves. They realize that their reaction to the argument was a reflection of their own insecurities and fears. They understand that their anger was not really about the argument, but about the feelings of being misunderstood and unheard. They learn that the healing process is not just about forgiving the other person, but also about understanding and forgiving themselves. As they start their day, they decide to take a step towards resolution. They decide to express their feelings, not with anger or resentment, but with love and understanding. They decide to listen, not just to respond, but to understand. They decide to apologize, not just to end the argument, but to mend their friendship. As they step into the light of the fourth day, they are not the same people who were consumed by anger and hurt. They are individuals who have learned the power of understanding and forgiveness. They are friends who have discovered the strength in their friendship and the peace in their hearts. This is the awakening. As the fourth day dawns, the friends are now able to approach the situation more calmly. The fiery anger has tempered into a soft glow of understanding. The hurt, like a wound, has begun to heal, leaving behind a scar that reminds them of the incident but no longer causes pain. In the quiet serenity of the fourth day, they find themselves more centered, their thoughts clearer and their hearts lighter. It's as if they've journeyed through a storm and now stand on the other side, looking back at the chaos with a newfound perspective. This is the magic of the 4-day rule. It gives the storm time to pass and the dust to settle. Now they're able to revisit the argument, not as adversaries, but as friends. They peer into the heart of the dispute, stripped of its anger and hurt, and what they find is not a battleground, but a misunderstanding. They realize that the words they exchanged in the heat of the moment were not a reflection of their true feelings, but a result of the chaotic whirlwind of emotions that had engulfed them. In this newfound clarity, they see each other not as the source of their pain, but as individuals who were also caught up in the storm. They understand that their words were not meant to hurt, but were cries for understanding, muffled in the roar of their anger. This realization is humbling, and it brings them closer. With this understanding, they begin to resolve their argument. They express their feelings not with anger or hurt, but with love and care. They apologize for the words said in anger and forgive each other for the hurt caused. The resolution of their argument is not a victory or defeat for either of them, but a mutual understanding and a step towards a stronger friendship. And in this resolution, they find something beautiful. They discover peace in the midst of chaos, a calm in the eye of the storm. They realize that by waiting, by allowing the storm to pass, they were able to approach the situation with love and care instead of anger and hurt. And thus, they find peace in the midst of chaos. This story illustrates an important lesson in finding peace. As we wade through the tumultuous waters of life, it's crucial we remember the wisdom of waiting for 4 sunrises before making a decision or reacting in a way we might regret later. Just like the 4 seasons and the 4 cardinal directions that help us navigate our physical world, these 4 days can guide us through our emotional landscape. It's a journey, from anger on the first day, seething and raw, to hurt on the second, where the words and actions of others can sting deeply. By the 3rd day, this hurt begins to recede, making way for clarity. And finally, by the 4th sunrise, we find ourselves centered, able to view the situation with a loving and caring perspective. The chaos that once seemed insurmountable now appears manageable, and peace sneaks in, almost unnoticed. This isn't just about waiting, it's about allowing ourselves the space and time to heal, to process our emotions, and to approach situations with a clear mind. It's about understanding that our initial reactions may not always serve us well, and that sometimes stepping back can provide the perspective we need. So the next time you find yourself in the throes of chaos, remember this lesson. Don't rush to react. Give yourself the gift of 4 sunrises, 4 days to navigate through your emotions and find your center. Remember, sometimes all it takes is 4 sunrises to find peace in chaos. Thank you for staying with us till the end. We've journeyed together through a tumultuous argument, the ensuing hurt, and the healing process, learning valuable lessons along the way. As we close, it's important to remember that the wisdom we've shared isn't just for consumption, but for application. Let's strive to give ourselves the gift of 4 sunrises more often, allowing us to react from a place of calm and understanding rather than anger and hurt. Applying the 4 sunrises principle in our lives can transform our relationships and our personal peace. We encourage you to share your experiences in the comments section below. If you found this video insightful, do hit the like button. It helps us reach more people who could benefit from these lessons. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button to stay updated with more such enlightening content. Until next time, remember to give yourself the gift of 4 sunrises. Peace out.